We are live. Welcome back to Talking Chelsea Blues. Welcome back to another watch along. This is your watch along for Chelsea, Newcastle versus Chelsea in the Premier League. This is a huge game, guys. This is a huge game. This is a final. This is a final in terms of our season. To make top four or to make Champions League football, we have to win this. We have to win this. This is huge. Massive moment. We'll get into some team news in a second, but if you haven't checked out the preview yet, go and check out the preview. The preview is now on the channel. It was uploaded last night, so make sure you go and check that out. It really helped me out a lot. Thank you guys for joining. In terms of the lineups, we're going to get into that in just a second. But you know, I just think this is a huge moment in Chelsea season, in Newcastle season. If we quickly just look at the Premier League table, we've got Arsenal in second on 67, Man City in third on 65, Newcastle in fourth on 63, joint fourth with us on 63. Aston Villa on 63 in joint fourth. You know, with Nottingham Forest 2 points behind them. So it is going to be a tough game. It is going to be a very hard game today. But can we win it? I believe we can. I said in my prediction yesterday 2-1 to Chelsea, and I believe that's what's going to happen today. But guys, let me know your predictions in the chat. We're going to get into the lineup stuff now, so let's get into it. I'm just going to switch you over to the PC screen for the lineup. So in terms of the lineup for Newcastle, Nick Pope in goal, a back four of Livramento, Byrne, Shah and Botman, a midfield three of Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes and Anthony Gordon. On the left, Harvey Barnes. On the right, Murphy. And up top, Alexander Isak. If we go into Chelsea's lineup, same as last week. Sanchez in goal, back four of Caicedo, Trevor Chalobah, Levi Colwill and Marco Correa, a midfield two of Enzo Fernandez and Romeo Lavia. On the right, Pedro Neto. On the left, Manuel Madueke. In the 10, Cole Palmer. And up top, Nicholas Jackson. This is a huge game. And I think that lineup has been done perfectly. I think with that lineup comes a balance. A structural key. It's exactly what I predicted yesterday that would happen, and I think it's an opportunity for us now here to get the win. So, how do we win today? We play the same game as we did against Liverpool. Defend when we need to defend and attack when we need to attack. Liverpool seemed a bit drunk happy last week, and so I think that's one of the reasons why we beat them. Newcastle is going to be a different test today. Liverpool had a weaker squad as it was, so it's an opportunity today to really say, you know, we're going up against a real strong team who are fighting on the top four front. So it'll be interesting to see how we get on. But let me know your predictions in the chat, guys. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear it. And I've shared it all out on X and Instagram. So guys, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. And yeah, just check us all out on our socials. Discord is in the description as well, so make sure you go and follow us on our Discord. But I'm excited for this game, but I'm also very nervous about this game. This is going to be a very tough game. We've got 25 minutes till kick-off. So let me know your thoughts, guys. But we live now in a world where Chelsea can finish second. If Liverpool beat Arsenal today, we live in a world where Chelsea can finish second as long as we win today. It's huge. It's a huge moment. Who are Arsenal's final remaining games? They've got Newcastle, so Newcastle might beat them. So if they can lose to Newcastle and we beat Newcastle today, sends out a statement. It sends out a statement of the way we're going. Mark Lane, come on, the Chelsea, let's get the Champions League status. Yep, 100%, Dad. Thank you for commenting, Dad. I know you're not here on stream today. but it's an opportunity to push forward and provide something, you know, for the fans that we haven't seen in so long. I mean, if we look at how we've been running as a club for the last few years, we've not had Champions League football, and it's been horrendous. So an opportunity for Champions League football to come back into the squad, come back into the club now, would be nice. So, in terms of other games going on today, obviously Liverpool are playing Arsenal. I know there's going to be some other matches going on today. I know Nottingham Forest play Leicester today, so we need them to drop points. Tottenham play Crystal Palace, that means nothing to us. West Ham play Man United, that means nothing to us in terms of our position. But hopefully, guys, a result being a result, a positive one. In terms of how we look on the bench, I haven't even seen how we look on the bench. Let's have a look. Because Jorgensen, Tosin, Badiashile, Chiampong, Gusto, James, Dewsbury Hall, Sancho and George. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad of a bench. Could be worse. Could be a lot worse. So let's just hope for a result today. Also, guys, what do you think about Arsenal signing Zubimendi? I'd love to hear what you think about that. That is a real statement signing, I believe. I think that's a fantastic signing for Arsenal. Another midfielder to add into their plethora of midfielders. They have, you know, some great midfielders: Mikel Merino, Odegaard, Declan Rice, Thomas Partey. Whether he stays or goes for Arsenal this season, I don't know. But currently 3 concurrent viewers on the stream. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. It really does help us out.
I think that's the natural step you get, and he's taking it with his club. So I think, like,
we're up to 57 views on the preview now, which is fantastic. Thank you, guys. Really, really, really appreciated. It really does, you know, help us out when we're making these videos. And don't worry, guys, there'll be lots of videos coming up over the summer in terms of transfer news and stuff like that. And you might get some European women's watch-alongs as well. And yeah, I'm excited to see the way we're going to go. So there will be some women's European watch-alongs coming up this summer. You might get some England ones, you might get some other ones. We'll see. But hopefully we're going to have a good summer. We've got the Club World Cup as well, so that will be live streamed on here. So stay tuned for that, guys. 20 minutes till kick-off. It's going to be a fantastic game. I do think Newcastle are going to come at us, but I do think Chelsea will sit in and defend and play like we did against Liverpool. And if we can do that, then it makes a whole lot of difference. What else is there to talk about news-wise? Let's check if there's any transfer news going on. Let's have a look. So it seems like Chelsea have reignited their interest in Victor Osimhen. That would be a huge signing. That would be an absolutely huge signing, a statement signing. That would be a signing that says that Chelsea are back in the Champions League and that we're looking to conquer all again. I think in time we might conquer all again. It's just how we go about it. I think we have a squad that is capable of going for the next 10 years together. So if we can, you know, keep the squad together, then you know, it's exciting times. What other news is there? Obviously, Dean Hawson is still of interest to Chelsea. Will Leslie Ogachukwu come back and be part of the squad next season? No one knows yet. I personally think yes, he should be part of the squad. I think he's proved himself at Southampton, and I think that loan has given him opportunity. Same as Andre Santos at Strasbourg. I do think it's an opportunity for us to have more depth in the squad, but we do need some more signings. I would love us to sign another winger and another central defender. If we could do that, if we could do both of those, and a goalkeeper, I think our chances change. Our chances change for everything. But in terms of what I expect today, I expect Chelsea to defend, sit in and attack when we need to, not play around with the ball too much. It's not all about keeping possession, it's about pushing forward and getting a result. So defend when we need, sit in, tighten up the gaps and attack when the opportunity arises. So yeah, I just hope for a good result today, and that we can push on through and get this Champions League place, because it will be massive for us, especially in terms of the money as well. It will really help the club financially. If anyone else is interested in what's going on today, as I said, the fixtures today are Man United, West Ham, Nottingham Forest, Leicester City, Tottenham, Crystal Palace and Liverpool, Arsenal. So some big games going on around the grounds. Obviously I'll keep you updated as and when I can, and I'll give you the match review after the stream, so stay tuned for it, guys, and I hope you're all looking forward to the match review, and it should be one that we can announce where we won. So what is everyone's predictions for the result today, and who do you think the first goal scorer is going to be? Let me know in the chat, because personally I think the first goal scorer today is going to be Madueke. I really do. I do think Madueke is going to be the one to score it. If not, then I'm going to say I will say Enzo Fernandez, because Enzo Fernandez has been fantastic of recent, and I do think he's showing now that he is worth the money that we paid for him. Moises Caicedo has already proved that he's worth the money that we've paid for him. He is, if not already, the best defensive midfielder in the world. Romeo Lavia as well is showing us why we paid the money for him. He looked so calm and composed against Liverpool last weekend, so it's another opportunity for him today to prove that he's good enough. I can't tell whether it's going to be Tino Livramento. Yeah, it's going to be Tino Livramento at right back today, with Dan Burn as a left back. Hopefully Pedro Neto can take advantage of that and use his pace against Dan Burn. It will be quite interesting. I do think it's time that we realise that we are good enough to compete in this level, and that these boys shake themselves up and say, yeah, we can compete. But let's just see what happens. Just a reminder of the lineup: Robert Sanchez in goal, Moises Caicedo, Trevor Chalobah and Marco Correa as a back four, Romeo Lavia and Enzo Fernandez at the midfield two, Pedro Neto, Cole Palmer, Madueke as the three behind the striker, and Nicholas Jackson up top. Nicholas Jackson needs to improve. So we'll see how he gets on today. I'm not expecting miracles from him. I'm just expecting him to be able to put goals away when he needs to. Last weekend against Liverpool, he was offside a lot. So, he has to improve. And we just got to hope. but not long till kick-off now, guys. Just waiting for
Kieran Trippier, no Joe Willock in the squad. What can you tell us there?
Yeah, we feel there are minor injuries with both players, both from our last game.
We're just waiting for kick-off now and whatever else is to come. But realistically, it should be a hard game. It should be the hardest game of our season. It is a final in many senses. I know we've got the Conference League final against Real Betis, but this is the first thing we have to overcome today, is beating Newcastle. Then we got Man United, and then we got Forest last game of the season, and then we move on to the Conference League final. So we don't have to think about Real Betis until after the end of the season, and hopefully we'll be able to focus on what we're doing in the Premier League for now. Not worry too much about it. Everyone's got that Conference League final in the back of their mind, though, I think. In terms of that Conference League final, it's going to be our hardest game of the Conference League. But I do see us winning that. And I do see us winning it quite comfortably. It's just how the team want to play. And what team does Enzo Maresca want to put out there? Does he put the full strength out, or does he put the Conference League side out that we usually see? I'd love him to put the full strength side out against Real Betis. You know, it's not going to be an easy game. They're still a good team. You know, to make it to a Conference League final, you have to be, you know, somewhat decent. So, yeah, let's just see how it happens. But not long till kick-off, guys. Just under 15 minutes to go. Do I think Newcastle will be difficult? Of course. And how are they going to play? They're going to play attacking football. They're going to want to keep the ball. They're going to want to get at us. They've got some injuries. They've got, you know, no Joelinton until the end of the season. You know, they've got no Kieran Trippier. You know, no other big players as well. Who else is in their injury list? I'm trying to think. No Lewis Hall. That's a gut wrencher for Newcastle, because he's a fantastic player as well. Used to play for Chelsea. Played really well in that season with Graham Potter, where we had Graham Potter as the manager, and then Frank Lampard towards the end of the season. So, you know, lots of talking points today.
Is that what Newcastle lose in that midfield without Joelinton?
Yeah, potentially. Like Joelinton for me is just fabulous. He goes so well in the midfield. They kind of had a really settled thing.
I just want to.
In there as well. So yeah, that's obviously a problem. But he's got a squad for a reason. Anthony Gordon comes in today. Obviously losing Willock, he could have gone defensive with the formation, but it looks like a really attacking side, and good to see Anthony Gordon back playing.
Yeah, well, they always ask the fans here to get in early, create the atmosphere, and that's really building ahead of this midday kick-off. They've come from far and wide as well. Harry walking, there's plenty of support for Alexander Isak today.
So it is now 10 to 12. It's now 10 to 12. So we have not got long till kick-off. So they'll roll the adverts now. If you are watching it on TNT Sports, roll the adverts and then the kick-off will come. So I hope you're all looking forward to this game, guys. If you are, leave a like on the stream to let me know if you are looking forward to the game. And if you are enjoying the stream, you know, it'd mean the world to me if you could just show the love and support and try and help us out here on the channel. And if you haven't checked out the match preview yet, that is still available to go and check out now while you've got the chance. So yeah, guys, just keep sharing the love, keep sharing the comments, share the channel out. You know, make sure that we can get as many people in here as possible. You know, come on the Blues. Let's win this game today. Let's win this game and come away with some pride. A draw's not enough. A draw's not enough here. A win is what we need. I don't want to be hearing, oh, a draw is a good result, blah, 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 blah. Oh, no, I want to hear win, 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 win. Especially with the next 2 games after this, which is Man United and then Nottingham Forest. I think those 2 games are equally as important as this one. But this one is the big hurdle to overcome. And can we get that result? I think we can. But it's just all about how we get on within the first half, I'd say. So, is anyone else stressed about this game? Because it is certainly getting to me.
Yes, that's why.
When you don't want to feel overlooked.
Hello. 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 Sarah?
It matters where you stay. Hampton by Hilton. Hilton, for the stay.
I did way too much sugar to my gochujang pasta sauce. What do I do now?
What if we turn your gochujang pasta sauce into some tasty cookies?
Sweet.
Add butter to the sauce.
So,
Mix it all together.
any final thoughts before kick-off, guys? Get them in the chat now. Because this is about to be probably one of the most stressful watch-alongs I've ever done.
Now when comfortable, let's talk urine leaking. Telemed Active Fit Pants are designed for men with a discreet, secure fit and protects like Tele. No more double dramas.
Breathe it in, little one. That is sweet, sweet oxygen. Breathing is pretty important. There's more to living than that. You just need to know oxygen gives you life. We exist to help you live. O2, essential for living.
What a result.
Yeah, well, we shown conviction and it was an unbelievable finish.
Alice? It was never going to be easy. I liked what I saw tonight. Everyone gave 110%.
But can they do it on a cold, rainy night and stuff?
Well, Peter, we
So it seems like, guys, the Chelsea new kit has been launched. Well, has been leaked anyway. And it does look nice. It does look nice. It really does. But enough about that for now, because the game is about to kick off.
Order now for half time.
The Premier League on TNT Sports, sponsored by Motorway. Yes, sir. Nothing between them, everything to play for. Anything can
Don't forget, guys, you got the Champions League final coming up as well, which will be live on this channel for the watch along. Versus PSG versus Inter Milan. That will be live here. The Women's Champions League final, I don't know if we're going to do. If I can do it, I might try and get my old man involved. It'd be quite nice to see Barcelona hammer Arsenal. And then obviously you got the Europa League final, Tottenham vs Man United. And then you've got obviously the Conference League final, which I'll be live for and here anyway. So you're going to get lots of football live here. And yeah, plenty to look forward to for you guys. So now we're just waiting for the teams to come out of the tunnel. Newcastle fans have already got the atmosphere going. So let's see how this goes. Newcastle have definitely got the atmosphere going.
I've expected exactly that. I love coming here, Leeds. The atmosphere is amazing. The fans are up for it. The sun's out. Both teams have picked an attacking lineup. Both managers are on the front foot.
So this is the biggest match of our season, and I just think it's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard because it's Newcastle away, which is always one of the toughest games of the season. But I do think we can overcome this.
The financial reward to be in the Champions League is so great for both of them. Kind of both deserve to be there, but such an interesting game. Lovely to see how it pans out.
Yeah, we can't wait for this one. The players almost ready to head out into this incredible atmosphere.
There are the players in the tunnel, waiting to come out. Andrew Lane, Chelsea, we don't care about Newcastle, Chelsea. Thanks, Mum. Thanks for your comment. Really appreciated. Biggest game of the season, though. It's going to be a tough one. Come on, you Blues. Let's go. Let's go to Newcastle today. Beat them. Get top 4. Get Champions League football. Restore our pride in the club. And then go on and try and make some more history in the future years. 4 views on the stream. Thank you, guys. Really appreciated. Here come the boys. Come on, Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea. This is huge. Are you excited about the game, guys? Let me know, because this game is going to be huge. I know my dad is watching downstairs, so I might drag him in at half time to get his thoughts. You know, so let's see if that happens. But let's see if we can win first and foremost, and get the first half, you know, result done, because the first half is everything for this, I believe.
In their absence, Sven Botman and Anthony Gordon come in, 2 experienced international players. It gives Newcastle front players who have combined for 54 goals this season, but they played together as a 4 for the first time. In Botman's case, it's his first start for a while, and Jamal Lascelles is on the bench for the first time this season. The big discussion point, Ali, how are Newcastle going to play?
So just a reminder of the lineups, guys, if you haven't seen them already. For Newcastle, in goal, Nick Pope, Livramento, Burns, Shah and Botman as the back 4. Gordon, Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes as a midfield 3. Murphy, Isak and Barnes as 3 behind 3 up top. In terms of the Chelsea team, Sanchez in goal, the back 4 of Moises Caicedo, Trevor Chalobah, Levi Colwill and Marc Correa. A midfield 2 of Lavia and Enzo Fernandez. And then Pedro Neto on the right, Madueke on the left, Cole Palmer in the 10 and Jackson up top. A good lineup, very, very good lineup. I mean, I would change the goalkeeper, not for Jorgensen, but for someone else. I mean, I'd love for Chelsea to pick up a new goalkeeper in the summer, and a striker and a winger, as I've said. But there's plenty to go off in this squad. Do I think there is a capability in this squad? Yes, absolutely. I think there's a capability to win today. Lavia is going to be instrumental, I'm sure. Can he give that midfield the balance it needs today?
Well, they're playing local hero on the PA system here at St James's Park, and there's one of them, Alexander Isak. He scored in 3 of Newcastle's last 4 games, 28 all in a fantastic individual season, and he scored in his last 4 matches against Chelsea. Nicholas Jackson discovering his scoring touch. He's big for Chelsea at this stage. His winner against Everton was... So
we're just waiting for kick-off now, guys. Chelsea sponsored the Mac on the front of their shirts. We haven't lost yet under the Mac, so
Enzo Maresca's seen his team win 5 games in a row at a critical stage of the season. He's got a tough finish.
There is Enzo Maresca sitting in the seat at Newcastle, waiting for the game to get underway. John Brooks is the referee. Great, wonderful. Really didn't want that, to be fair.
And the table shows you just how critical today's game is. The winner takes a big stride towards the Champions League. The loser.
We can go into third today, so let's hope for the result that we all want. So Chelsea will get the game underway.
Well, cup finals have been a hot topic here in Newcastle this season for obvious reasons, and I must say it feels like a
Cole Palmer gets us underway. Here we go. Come on, Chelsea. Let's go. Sanchez boots it long. Headed away. Pedro Neto picks it up. Cole Palmer now. Moises Caicedo back to Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto with a bit of skill to get by Dan Burn. Ball in the box. Straight into Nick Pope's goal kick. Fast start by Chelsea though. Or is it a corner? Oh, it is a corner. Okay. Okie dokie. So Chelsea have a corner. So Pedro Neto will take the corner. Nope, Enzo Fernandez will take the corner, sorry. With Madueke Cucurella and Pedro Neto in the box alongside Jackson and Chalobah and Colwell. Interesting to see what's going to happen. Referee's just having a word with Nicholas Jackson here and Dan Burn. I think it's for a bit of push and pull. So Enzo Fernandez will take the Chelsea corner. 1 minute into the game. Can we make this a fast start? Ball into the box from Enzo Fernandez. Drops. It's cleared away. Cole Palmer with the ball back in. It's headed away. And it's another... No, not another corner. So here's Tino Livramento now for Newcastle. Ball over the top for Anthony Gordon. Caicedo's with him. Caicedo. Ooh, that could have been nasty. Here come Newcastle on the attack now with Mark. Oh, no. Oh, Newcastle have fucking scored. No. Crikey. Crikey Moses.
The first thing I've got to see, Anthony Gordon down in the wide area in the left-hand side makes a break. But Sandro Tonali wins the ball. And he doesn't hang about, he continues his run into the box. And he takes his run absolutely perfectly. I think Chalobah just plays him onside. And you know what he does? He hits it into the ground. Hit it into the ground, you're guaranteed to hit the target. Goalkeeper dives.
So Lavia gave the ball away. Sandro Tonali picked it up. Oh, hang on.
He's onside. It's Chalobah just the wrong side, and Tonali is on hand to score his 6th goal of the season.
Lavia was under way a lot of too much pressure there.
And if this place was ever going to get any louder, it just has. What a moment that is for Tonali, and what a start for Newcastle.
Oh, it's a brilliant start. I mean, what be honest,
Oh,
him that wins the ball in the middle of the park.
it's not even offside either.
Releases the ball, goes into a wide area, and he continues. He doesn't hang about, as I say. Continues his run, hits it into the ground. Make sure you hit the target. What a start! Eddie's absolutely thrilled. So he should be.
So Newcastle United 1, Chelsea 0. First blood for Newcastle in a massive...
So, here we go. 1-0 to Newcastle. It's free kick to Newcastle already. Oh, for goodness sake. Mum says, never mind, eh? Never mind, eh?
It's a wall of sound inside St James's Park now. That's the table. That's how significant it would be right now. Newcastle up the third.
Well, cleared away by Nick Pope.
Later, that would knock Chelsea out Tino Livramento, who's got the role on the left side of this Newcastle United system today. There's no Kieran Trippier, no Joe Linton, no Joe Willock. Joe Linton.
Throw into Chelsea on this left-hand side. Harvey Barnes is down.
I like the Newcastle setup. It's really, really good because what happens when they've got the ball, the back three will split. But easily Livramento got the left-hand side. And indeed Murphy will go on the right, making it.
Seems like Harvey Barnes needs some attention.
As soon as they hit the ball, there's a four in the middle. Looking good.
Oh, look how good they've been when they scored the first goal. They've only lost once.
If I can current viewers in the stream, thank you so much. Really appreciated. Six concurrent viewers on the stream now. Thank you guys. Really appreciated. A poor start, but it is only 5 minutes in. There is still plenty of time to go in this match.
At Stamford Bridge, but I mean, this is a concern. It's a knee to knee, isn't it?
Yeah. The hope is just a knock, yeah.
Chalabar and Harvey Barnes, and when you think about the
7 concurrent viewers on the stream. Thank you guys. Really appreciated.
Very, very painful. As long as it's just a knock. That's brilliant, isn't it?
yeah, there he is. The throwback Newcastle top. That's Joe Linton. It's Shearer 9 on the back. You've got to wear a shirt if you're here today. Everybody else has got one on. Well, that's good from a Newcastle perspective.
Alex Page, I hope Newcastle score again. Jokes.
I worked it out this morning that 8 points for either of
Thanks.
is a guarantee. You get to 71 and nobody
Thanks. Really appreciate that. Not.
So if you don't do that, then you are taking your own destiny out of your hands at a time when you really want to be in control of it.
Fabian Schär clears it long. Out for a Chelsea throw in on this left hand side. Trevor Chalobah now on the ball. Moises Caicedo, Trevor Chalobah. Back to Robert Sanchez. Back to Trevor Chalobah now. Trevor Chalobah can move out of the defence. Put a long ball over the top. Tino Livramento picks it up. Fabian Schär clears it long. South for a throw into Chelsea.
17 goal involvements, Ali, in his last 21 Premier League games, and in the second half of the season.
Robert Sanchez now. Levi Colwill now. What was the point of that? Ball over the top. No one was running. Moises Caicedo with the foul. Free kick to Newcastle on Anthony Gordon again. Throw into Newcastle.
Between the two teams here at St James's Park, and if you widen it out, they've won 7 of their last 11 league games here against Chelsea. It's the third meeting of the season, so they know each other well. They've got 1 win.
Eddie Howe on the touchline there. So is Enzo Maresca trying to give instructions.
Eddie Howe got himself ready for the trip to a Brian Adams concert, so that's what he's been doing this year. Only for Joe Cole to tell him he's a Chelsea fan, so Eddie said I might not have gone if I'd have known that. And he'll be happy with the start, won't he? Based on the fact he's had to change his team and change his shape.
Long ball. Oh no, Newcastle on the break again. Livramento. Harvey Barnes. Blocked by Levi Colwill. Throw into Newcastle.
Very good referee there. Well, he lets it go. He knows it's a free kick. Gets himself in front. Comes right through him. He's about to go to whistle, but he lets it go. It's interesting there, Ali, in that attack, how far forward Livramento was. Slowly throw from a left wing back position. It almost a number 10 role by the time he got the ball. Right, check out the key. Murfield doing the right hand side. The shape they've obviously worked on. They're comfortable with it. Few lads in the middle sit. Somali gets thought to get the goal as well. So a great start for Newcastle.
Madueke. Chicken Murphy. Harvey Barnes. So ball in the box, cleared away by Colwill.
Somali, the goal scorer, keeps things going here for Newcastle.
Murphy. Ball in the box, cleared away by Colwill. Livramento now on the ball. Anthony Gordon. Pulls it back. Livramento. Cleared away. Head it back down. Lavia now. Clears it away. Jackson on the run. Here's Murphy on the right side. Bruno Guimaraes. Good hands by Sanchez there. And now Chelsea can go. Cole Palmer. Free kick to Chelsea. Foul on Cole Palmer by Tonali.
One thing you'd say about Chelsea is when you've won 5 in a row and you concede an early goal, you feel a bit different about it than if you're in an inconsistent run with Silver before. So they're going to have the wherewithal and the confidence you presume to play.
Sanchez with the long ball. Headed by Livramento. Lavia now. Colwill on the ball. Ball over the top. Cleared away. Enzo Fernandez fouled in the middle, but no free kick given. Harvey Barnes. Ball back in the box. Caicedo with the cleared header. Goal kick. So far, not so great. But I expected Newcastle to come out of the blocks. I expected this to be tough. Madueke. Jackson. Here's Caicedo now. Cole Palmer. Romeo Lavia now. Marco Correa. Madueke now. Back to Correa. Chelsea have some possession now in Newcastle's half. Caicedo now on the ball. Trevor Chalobah. Romeo Lavia. Chalobah. Pedro Neto now. Colwill. Lavia. Marco Correa. Chalobah. Chelsea just knocking it about at the moment, trying to find some gaps. Here's Noni Madueke. Marco Correa will pick it up. Colwill on the ball now. Robert Sanchez now. Pumps it long. Cleared away. Tonali on the ball for Newcastle now.
It's a big game for Sven Botman today. Based on the fact he's starting for the first time in a while, and he's never really been quite right.
Lavia win. Unlucky from Lavia there. Here come Newcastle now with Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes, Murphy. Blocked by Correa. Through into Newcastle. Here's Anthony Gordon. Chelsea on the press. Alexander Isak. Chalobah with a good bit of defending. Pope clears it long. Straight into the hands of Sanchez. There's Levi Colwell now. Sanchez. Cleared away, but straight into the path of Shah. Anthony Gordon. Alexander Isak. Isak again. Alexander Isak. Cleared away by Correa. Is the game on TNT? Yes, it is, Jamie. Here's Pedro Neto. Here's Nicholas Jackson. He's got people with him. He's got players with him. Nicholas Jackson. Ball in the box. Straight out to Anthony Gordon. Chelsea with the pressing game. Bruno Guimaraes gets away from Enzo Fernandez now. Enzo Fernandez is staying with Guimaraes. Weird setup of games today. There wasn't many matches yesterday. No, there wasn't. Yeah, it was.
Clearly not wanting what she sees the way so many important games. I don't think you'll see her back with best colleagues at a good pre-season.
So Newcastle have a free kick. Tonali takes. Ball in the box. Sanchez saves.
His eyes must have lit up when he saw it coming.
He's got to go on it. And he knows what will the header back across. And he's got time. Now, I've got to say for him that's a poor effort.
Trevor Chalobah. Moises Caicedo now.
It's not an easy one to take, but he can handle that better.
Pedro Neto. Trevor Chalobah. Back to Sanchez. Ball out wide. Malawaki will beat Murphy to it. Oh, and so 20 minutes in, Newcastle 1, Chelsea 0. Goal from Tonali in the first few minutes. We are going to have to really dig in today if we're going to find a win. Madueke, Enzo Fernandez, Nicholas Jackson now on the ball. Madueke on the left hand side. Ball in the box, drops. Enzo Fernandez, Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer! Ooh! Corner! Ball in from Madueke. Drops to Enzo Fernandez. Cole Palmer gets it. Hits it first time, blocked by Botman. And then the second shot blocked by Guimaraes. Palmer on the ball now. Caicedo, ball in the box. Oh, straight into the hands of Nick Pope.
Two names we haven't really mentioned in this match so far today. Enzo Fernandez, Romeo Lavia. The Chelsea midfield hasn't got involved as yet. No, not at all. To the game, that's going to have to change. Fernandez in particular is the main provider of goals in the Chelsea team in terms of setting other people up, so
Good movement there from Sanchez to get off his line quickly.
The one thing they don't want there, Chelsea, is any hesitancy at all.
Josh Murphy on the ball. Botman. Dan Burn. Tonali. Trevor Chalobah with the interception. Caicedo now.
only Chelsea player to start every Premier League match for them this season. Now Cole Palmer.
Lavia. Correa. Lavia now. Caicedo. Correa. Enzo Fernandez. Back to Correa. Lavia now on the ball. Correa. Robert Sanchez now.
Strange old ball from Sanchez as well. They've got the free kick, but thought it might have been. I'm the only one that's seen him that thought it might have along with the referee, but I know, but you're concerned if your goal is playing that fast. Yeah. Good point.
Ball over the top. Nicholas Jackson now on the run. Nicholas Jackson. Jackson. Corner. Pedro Neto goes out to take it. Chalobah, Colwell, Enzo, Correa, Madueke and Colwell are in the box. Ball in the box, cleared away. Straight out for another corner. Need a better corner from Neto this time. Ball in from Pedro Neto. Caicedo on the ball. Caicedo! Oh!
There is a Newcastle owner today. He was the referee for the Carabao Cup final, which went rather well for them, didn't they? Yeah.
Nick Pope clears it long for Newcastle. Cucurella picks it up, gives it to Sanchez. Sanchez clears it long.
Looks like a player who should win everything. Never lose on pitch at that size. Unless he's up against Crouchy, of course. With Crouchy, of course, yeah.
Free kick to Newcastle. So, 25 minutes in, Newcastle 1, Chelsea 0. It has not been the best start by Chelsea, but we're growing into this, I think.
Sunglasses, Dave, we proved that earlier. You've had a bit of stick. Not being accusing the boys from Western Scotland get an opportunity to put sunglasses on in this country, I can tell you.
Ball out wide. Headed into the box. Dan Burn wins the header. Cleared away by Colwell. It's Fabian Schär now. Cleared away by Chalobah. Put it down by Josh Murphy. Josh Murphy still going. Barnes. Good save by Sanchez there.
Excellent run from Murphy. He's breaking the ball a couple of times, as did Barnes. Just off balance ever so slightly.
Here's Robert Sanchez now for Chelsea. Clears it long. Enzo Fernandez. Cucurella now. Pedro Neto against Tino Livramento, loses out. Caicedo, Cole Palmer, Romeo Lavia now, Enzo Fernandez, back to Romeo Lavia, Cucurella out all the way. Madueke picks it up. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Romeo Lavia, Mark Cucurella, Madueke. Caicedo, Chalobah, Cole Palmer.
It's a good idea. Yeah, great ball. And that's where your wide men like Murphy have got to be switched on, and he was. Just matches the run from Madueke really well.
Dan Burn for Newcastle. Jackson pressing. It'll be a disaster if Chelsea don't get Champions League football, says Jamie. Depends what you mean by disaster. No one expected us to get Champions League football this year.
Newcastle now score 5 more, but of course with 2 to play, if it's a 3-point gap to one of your opponents, that's what you really want. The wider the better at this stage, especially when you've got so many fighting for the top 5. I'll throw a question at you right now. Look at the rest of the team points. What was City and Arsenal and Forest and Colorado? They don't want a victory or they want a draw.
Ball over the top.
3 wins and forget about this.
Caicedo. Back to Sanchez. Sanchez clears it long. Jamieson says our final will be tough too against Betis. Yeah, it will be a tough one, but I think we'll win it. I think I'm confident in the squad.
Still separating these 2 Champions League chasing teams. He's asking the question, how many Caicedo is going to do before he gets a yellow card? I think it's a reasonable question he asked. Yeah. Through the back of him again.
are generally speaking staying in wide positions, but they're coming. They're good fullbacks in the position as well. It's keeping the Chelsea line.
Busy sack for Newcastle. Lavia with the interception, cleared away. Palmer. Madueke. Palmer.
Just on Livramento, it's a good game for him based on the fact he came through at Chelsea. That's where it all started for him. He's a young player, still a young player, but he's an even younger one. This is the player that's got to make Chelsea tick.
Jamie's new got a Guinness World Record. If you win it, it should be the first club to win all three competitions in history. Yeah, 100%, mate. Ball in the box. Straight into the hands of Nick Pope.
It's not really a team where you can do that, is it, Chelsea? No. Just put a ball in like that and hope somebody's going to get a knockdown or whatever. No.
Jackson's going to send forward, just plays the shoulder. He's got to get
Shaw with a long ball.
no point in hanging things up for him. He's not
Colwell.
top of any of these centre backs I wouldn't have thought today.
Just got a bit more of the ball, haven't they, Chelsea, recently? Just settling down a little.
Enzo Fernandez onto Romeo Lavia now.
Slowing Newcastle down. 14 minutes left.
Lavia.
Lavia. Forcing it wide, aren't they? A really tight four.
Pedro Neto.
Newcastle have got.
Caicedo. Lavia. Marco Correa. Madueke now. Here come Newcastle now with Harvey Barnes. Gordon's on the run. Here's Anthony Gordon. Harvey Barnes. Four ball. Jamie Eason, we've both got a chance for a Royal Trophy whilst Arsenal left empty-handed. Yeah, agreed. Let's be real. Arsenal were in a two-way title race in February, and now all of a sudden they're fighting for a top four place with the chance of may not be getting European football at all. Makes no sense.
He's made no attempt to play the ball. He's gone straight in with the forearm jack here.
We'll have a look at that. That must go down. What do you think? It's one of these ones. He has a look. I'm not sure I'm going to cut a little bit of slack. I mean that he looks, and I think he puts the arm out to protect him. I'm not sure I don't think it's an elbow to the face, Fletch. However,
They're checking a possible red card for Nicholas Jackson now.
I think it could possibly be, yeah. And I'm not saying a certainty, but I can't see that he does anything other than smash Botman in the face with his forearm.
Well, that is a forearm, yes. But I'm not sure he tries to give him it, you know what I mean? I don't think it's an out-and-out elbow right to the head that's meant. Right, I don't. But it could go.
I would be astonished if he's not at least told to go and have a look at it. Because he can't see that properly, can he? Really, he's got to take another look at this, I think. Right, and as I've said that to you,
Yeah. Yeah, Jamie, I will be streaming our game next Friday.
I think he's in trouble here.
Nicholas Jackson's going to be sent off, yeah. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous from Jackson there. No need for it at all.
Well, I can tell you think he's off.
I think he's off, yeah.
And you know something? I think you might be right.
I initially thought that he must have stumbled to make that kind of contact.
No, he has to look.
He hasn't. He's looked at it.
Yeah, he has a look.
So why is Jackson doing that? I don't understand.
I actually think he's trying to block him a little bit, but there is absolutely no doubt he has a look.
Jamie says it's therefore red. Well, he leans into him with his arm. He's made no effort to play the ball. He's not even looking at the ball. He's looking straight directly at Botman. He's gone. So Jackson's gone. For goodness sake!
I've got to say, Newcastle have looked unbelievably comfortable with the shape they're in at the moment. Chelsea did look as though they're going to break them down for a long, long time. Are they going to have to change something? That has thrown a spanner right in their works now. Where are they going to go now?
Well, the crowd have seen it now on the big screen. That's why there are boos in the background. And I mean, only he knows what he was thinking. Only he knows.
He's looking at him, Fletch. It's not
If he's not Jamie Easton, if he's not playing the ball, it's a red. Yeah, he's not played the ball at all. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. I want him out of my club. Get him out. He's useless. He's fucking useless. It's a straight red. He's out for the season. Yeah, 3 games to go and he's out for the season. Just fucking get off the pitch and let us play the fucking game. You silly man.
Starting centre forward. By the way, there's no one cuckoo on the bench today, so there's not a forward to replace him either. I mean, that really has swung the pendulum heavily in Newcastle's favour.
So he's just ruined the game for us.
Temperatures are going to run high, passions are going to run high. These are big games, but you've got to keep yourself in check, and he didn't.
He's ruined it. Here's Caicedo. And we got no striker up front now. Jesus Christ.
What a header. The flag's up. Right, so it looks as though it might not have counted. But what a header this is. Oh, it's probably just off. Yeah. It's probably just off, but that is a mismatch. Him and Neto is a complete mismatch. That was a beautiful header. Well, right behind it, wasn't it? Actually, they've got a bend on it.
It did, but the moment it left his head, I thought this is going in. I mean, what a season he's had, by the way. The big fella scored in the League Cup final, England debut, local hero. I mean, blimey, it doesn't get any better if you're Dan Burn, does it really?
One of the best dancers in the North East as well, I feel.
Absolutely. So how deep can Chelsea dig?
Enzo Fernandez now on the ball. Here's Pedro Neto. Up against Tino Livramento. Do you know what? This is ridiculous. We're losing our heads. We're losing our heads.
If you're a Chelsea fan right now, or Enzo Maresca, you're slightly concerned that you want to get the team in at half time and just simmer things down a touch.
So Lavia's now on a yellow too.
Maresca's down there in conversation with the fourth official. That's Rob Jones today. I'm not sure whether he's talking about that or whether he's still debating the Jackson red card. You presume that's more likely to be the conversation, wouldn't you? He's just got a yellow card himself, the manager, so...
And Enzo Maresca's got a yellow card as well. Fucking brilliant. This team give you all the hope and then nothing. Oh,
It's a good tackle by Caicedo. Had to get there as well.
Caicedo. Romeo Lavia now on the ball. Here's Marco Correa. Romeo Lavia now on the ball. Enzo Fernandez. Moises Caicedo. Ball over the top. Cleared away. Cole Palmer. Madueke now. Madueke.
It's run in. It's Neto.
Neto! Oh.
Anthony Gordon. Livramento. Bruno Guimaraes. Jacob Murphy.
Goal kick.
Went off a little bit too
Nah, he got
hard.
it wrong, didn't he?
Now let's tell you about what we've got coming up then. So it's next Sunday for us again next week, 11 o'clock. We're going to be at Goodison Park. It's the last ever league game, the last ever competitive match for Everton at Goodison Park. They've got Southampton on air from 11 o'clock, TNT Sports 1. Today from 4:45 we've got Torino against Inter, into the Champions League finalists. That's on TNT Sports 2. And we think this Serie A title race is going to go right to the wire. We'll get all the twists and turns with us. Because you've got Napoli against Genoa then from 7:30 TNT Sports 1. Ali will be watching. Scott McTominay and Billy Gilmore. I got it in before you. I just saw you take a glance and see that Napoli was about to be mentioned, so I thought I'd beat you to it. You did. What does she want to do it? Tino Livramento. Gordon's made a great run and he spotted him, picked him out superbly. It's really good defending there by Trevor Chalobah.
Pedro Neto, Enzo Fernandez, Pedro Neto again.
Neto.
Moises Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez. Trevor Chalobah. Cleared out by Sanchez for a throw-in.
Good pressing. All started from a lovely ball down the left-hand side.
Since the red card, so they've had the ball. I mean, the problem they've got, they just can't break Newcastle down apart from that Dan Burn block.
I would suggest that statistically kids you on a little bit, Carl.
The vital thing for Chelsea now is to keep it at 1-0. So at least you're still in the game at that point. Maybe something in the second half change, but emphasis now on Newcastle to try and pull away. They've got the man advantage. Jackson showing the straight red for the forearm on Botman. Sandro Tonali's goal early on separating the sides. Guimaraes with the layoff. Barnes running onto it. I think Chalobah did just about enough.
Oh, a little bit of touch. A little bit of touch from Guimaraes. Stunning pass. Oh, lovely. Defender does ever so well. Got a beautiful touch right into the path of Barnes. A smashing tackle.
So Newcastle have a corner.
It's been fantastic since he came back from Palace. He really has established himself alongside Levi Cole.
5 minutes to go until half time, or 3 minutes or so. Plus whatever added time there is.
So Newcastle's first corner today, which they take short.
Jackson's ruined this.
Sandro Tonali to Harvey Barnes. Into
Ball in the box.
Gets up high.
Sanchez claims it.
Power on the header. He's an absolute menace in a situation like that, isn't he?
So he is. Is it Colwell who gets up there?
He seems to get higher than the Angel of the North, doesn't he, Dan Burn?
He gets up well.
Here's Noni Madueke for Chelsea. Noni Madueke on the left hand side.
Both out ahead of him. Just follow through a little bit there on Fabi and Cher. They're just having a little cuddle, are they? Little conversation. We're expecting 6 minutes to be added on, the majority of which will be VAR review. Guimaraes. Murphy's carried on running. Went over. It's a little bit of contact with Cucurella, but the kind of contact you're not really going to get penalised for, I don't think. If it's blocked. Barnes. Inside to Isak. On it goes again. There's Chalobah again. I wonder where Chelsea would be without him in the first half. Sandro Tonali.
Livramento. Tonali, Anthony Gordon, Botman, Fabian Schär. Here's Isak, Murphy, back to Isak.
Tonali's found a little bit of space. Oh, pulls it back to Isak, who's trying to dribble his way through. It's Sanchez, did he not? Makes a brilliant run, Tonali again, Flynn. Just goes blindside, forcing Colwell to come out. Gives him a problem, he's got to come out of position, he doesn't want to leave. Bit of hand to the foot. There's Eddie Howe. I'll tell you what I would say, looking at Newcastle playing in this shape, it looks very natural to them. It's not as if he's changed it, he's got injuries. He's had to do something he maybe didn't want to. They wouldn't have played like this had everybody been fit, this shape. But it looks very suitable for what they've got, doesn't it? It looks really solid. Even when Jackson was on the pitch, you and I were speaking, you looked extremely comfortable in possession.
Here's Caicedo, Chalobah.
It's the shape that Amorim wants to play at Manchester United, but he tends to tuck the wide players in a lot more. Then Ellie Gordon and Barnesby wide.
Pedro Neto inside.
Here's Neto for Chelsea.
Madueke.
Palmer's up there with him.
Palmer.
Murphy trying to win the ball back. Palmer. Goal kick. I always find it fascinating, Chris, that you watch your phone on days like this. You get a million messages during the game. You're in one group that's entitled Alaska 2022, which I think does need some kind of explanation. Well, just to let the world know, that's very much a fishing WhatsApp group. There are other ones that mainly involve football, I can assure you. And we've had a few this year, but not in Alaska 2022 until today. So. Jacob Murphy for Newcastle to the 6 minutes of additional time. And Chelsea just want to got the tunnel, don't they, down the B group. Anthony Gordon, Tino Liverento's had a really good half. I don't think they're going to feel you. Don't feel like it's slightly quiet, you suggest, but apart from that,
I just don't understand how Jackson could have been that stupid.
it's Harvey Barnes. Bruno Guimaraes. Murphy.
Josh Murphy.
Isak.
Chelsea can break, maybe. Pedro Neto now on the ball. Pedro Neto's got the space and the speed, and he's beating Dan Burn.
Neto's going all the way through here.
Corner.
Came across. That's the kind of mismatch for speed they've been looking for, Chelsea, anyway. Yeah, but Dan Burn does well. Watch the tug with the right arm and his right shoulder. Just to stop down there, it is there. And that's enough. Referee would probably give a free kick. It is a free kick, but good defending, there it is there. It just slows his momentum. There was one point where I thought Dan Burn might need a lasso to stop him. And as you say, he did very well, good use of his arm. Yeah, he certainly could have done without it.
So Chelsea have a corner. Enzo Fernandez will take it.
So corner for Chelsea, Enzo Fernandez to take it. Silence descends over St James's Park.
Ball in the box. Chalobah with the header down.
That's straightforward.
Straight into the hands of fucking Pope. I give her.
There have been more additions to Alaska 2022 since it was mentioned. They'll be thrilled if I mention. Goes Gordon against Palmer.
Andrew Lane says Jackson needs to be off at least 5 games without pay. To be honest, it's a sellable offence. He's done one too many wrong things at Chelsea now, and I'm done. I'm done with that.
Might indicate there's different contact than we initially saw. It's a good race, it's a good contest.
It's an automatic ban for 3 games anyway.
I think Gordon throws his right leg in front, you know. I really do. Throws his right leg in front. I've got a bit of sympathy for Palmer there.
I have zero sympathy.
So Enzo Fernandez booked for speaking to the referee out of turn. He just made the point that he's the captain and he should be allowed to do that, but it's a yellow card for Chelsea, which is their 95th in the season, which is the most in the Premier League. They've had the straight red as well today for Nicholas Jackson. I mean, the fact they're still in it at this stage, heading towards half-time, is significant. And there's what, a minute of stoppage time to play. At least that's going to give the rest of the chance to talk to them and reorganise things with only one goal to find. It's snap your hand off for a point at this stage. Murphy.
Won the box.
Coming round the back was Livramento. Didn't quite realise he was there, did he, Enzo?
Fernandez thought he was going to let that run.
Andrew Lane says they don't want it bad enough. The women put the men to shame. Agree? I agree.
Thoughts on the first half, Alec?
Newcastle totally control for me. Absolute control. And that, you know something, that possession statistic might come up again, but I don't care. I think Newcastle have been in total control. They deserve to be where they are. When they defensively go to that 5 and a 4, they've been absolutely excellent.
And there you go, guys. That is half time. It is Newcastle 1, Chelsea 0 at half time.
Inside 2 minutes, given to them by Sandro Tonali, who's now scored 6 goals this season.
Guys, let me know your thoughts. I'm going to try and get my dad up here to give me some half time thoughts.
Have gone across to speak to referee John Brooks. They feel they were hard done to in the first half. Jackson sent off for running his forearm into the face of Sven Botman. Darren England suggested that John Brooks have a look at it. That's exactly what he did, and he changed the yellow card to a straight.
I can't even believe how bad it is.
In the sunshine of St James's Park and a half-time score in a big game in the context.
Can't believe how bad this is.
Newcastle United 1, Chelsea 0.
I cannot believe it. Shameful. Shocking.
TNT Sports, powered by Mito. A change is in the air, fueled by power that shakes the ground, movement that carves history. They say that victory belongs to the most tenacious. Those who weather the
I can't believe it, guys. I just...
when the dust settles, a new story begins. Roland Garros, Grand Slam tennis for the first time.
What are your thoughts on half time, guys?
The McSpicy Frank's Red Hot is back. It's the McSpicy, but hotter. With 100% chicken breast fillet, melted cheese, fiery jalapenos, and that irresistible Frank's Red Hot mayo. The McSpicy Frank's Red Hot.
I can't believe how bad that was. I can't believe that.
Saw this tree. It was the tallest tree ever. And then we walked.
What can we do to change it? That is the ultimate question. What can we do to change it?
That's quite an adventure, buddy.
Yeah, it kind of was.
I think...
Insurance to
I just don't know what they can do to change.
retirement. We can help solve life's
I mean...
You're gonna do great.
Making it click. It takes Aviva.
I don't think there's anyone to come on to change it. There is no one good enough to change it. No one's going to make the difference.
When you paint
The only thing I can suggest is stick with what we've got.
Change starts here. Do next.
Keep them connected on the UK's best network. Use essential apps even when you run out of data. Search EE Mobile.
What is it that we can change? I don't see there's nothing. I don't see there being anything to change.
Even more pressure for ultimate comfort and support. Now available with smart cool technology. Temper. The future of sleep is here.
Amazing deals this month at Currys. Save up to £100 on these exclusive Hoover washing machines, now $2.99. This 10 kilos, just £30 more. Trade in your old model and save up to £100.
Oh, look who it is!
Hello.
Look who it is! Come on in. Come on in. So, the big man is here.
Hello.
Come down this way.
We shall come by here.
Right, now what are your half-on thoughts? Because that was fucking horrendous.
It was horrendous. Yeah, I don't think they're playing with heart, and I think Jackson, he just spoiled the game completely.
Is that a sellable offence? Is that a sellable offence to sell him in the summer?
Yeah, I would say get shot of him now.
Because it's done.
Yeah, he's just acting like a prat, and you know, just spoiled the game there. Now we're a man down, and I think there'll be another goal for Newcastle this half. I'm sure of it. You know, they're hunting for it.
I mean, look. I mean, there is only one goal in it. We are down to 10 men.
Yeah.
If there's one player that can change this game,
yeah,
it's Cole Palmer, right?
Yeah.
He's the only player that I can see that's capable enough to change the game.
Yeah.
If you were to give a final prediction for full time, what would you say?
I would be looking around about 2-0. Yeah, I would say there's another goal to come.
You think it's gone? You think it's gone?
You know, I don't. You know, I think there could be a Chelsea goal, but only if I think Palmer's the only person that can raise the bar there. Maybe bring on a few subs now half time.
Well, realistically, I was looking at the subs just now. I mean,
you know, they are.
There's not a lot of. There's not a lot on the bench. I mean, you got Jorgensen, Tosin, Buddy, Ashile, Achampong, Gusto, James, Dewsbury Hall, Sancho, and Judge. I mean, you could bring on James, and he might make a difference. You might get away with bringing on Sancho, he might make a difference. But other than that, I just don't see a way back.
No.
I don't see a way back.
No.
Because
something miraculously happens, you know, second half, but you know,
I was confident before this game. I was confident going into the start of this game.
They scored within the first 2 minutes.
I know, and that just took us off our stride. And it was out of our hands there, unfortunately. But
and as far as I'm concerned, the goalkeeper is napped, so
there needs to be a whole plethora of changes.
But you know, there's just no fight in us whatsoever.
No, it's just there's nothing there at the moment.
Yeah.
If we can do anything in the second half, I think it's, as I said, it's only going to be through Cole Palmer.
I think, you know, basically for us, you know, we got to wear it. It's going to be
it is what it is
Europa
now.
League status for us, and that's it, you know. But yeah, so yeah, I will be back on, guys. You know, in another week or so, and yeah, enjoy the game.
You'll see him for the FA Cup final video as well.
Yeah,
he'll be on there. He'll be on there. But overall, Dad, second half, we've just got to change it up and just try and dig out a result from somewhere. Even a draw is respectable at this point in time.
Yeah,
but
should have started Jackson today.
We have no other choice. We have no other striker.
There you go. Yeah,
but it is the way it is. But at the end of the day, there's not a lot to change apart from just hope and pray now, innit?
Exactly. Right then. I'll let you get on with it, and
Alright.
yeah.
Okie dokie.
Guys.
Cheers, Dad. Oh, so there you go, guys. That is my dad's halftime thoughts. This is absolutely ridiculous. What is there to change? Not a lot, to be fair.
TNT Sports, powered by Mitel.
Gold prices are rocketing.
$3,500 an ounce.
It's never been this high. Ambition is soaring. Emotions are running high.
It's something Nibby wanted to do. Don't be a crowd, mate.
But one mistake can bring it all crashing down. Brand new Aussie Gold Hunters. Thursday at 9 on Quest, or stream the full series now on Discovery Plus.
If you call a car grander, you make it grand. You design an electric logo.
Just don't see how this can continue.
A super low battery range.
New Vauxhall Grandland Electric, with a range up to 425 miles.
Everything you were. Everything you've done.
In terms of the second half, guys, what would you change? I know there's not a lot to change, but surely there's something we can change.
Mission Impossible, the final reckoning.
Did somebody say £8 off? Make a big deal when dining in with an amazing £8 off at selected restaurants. So go big on date night, feast with the family, and use code Mellow now.
Somebody say just please. That's my boy. Say hi, Churchill. Oh, he's friendly.
Be sweeter than the sweetest with the new Lynx Fine Fragrance Collection.
Come on, then. What are your rooms like?
One word. Stunning. We've got a swim up suite. You can roll straight out of bed and into the pool.
Our room's got a private jacuzzi.
Oh, you can really let the straps down.
Well, I've got a personalised pillow.
A what?
Check the pillow menu on your TUI app. You'll sleep better than a sleeping bag.
With more luxury touches than you think, TUI package holidays are packed differently. TUI, live happy, atoll and active protected. Every single night's the same dream. Everyone dies. If you can see how all of this fits together, we might have a chance.
Good luck. Final Destination Bloodlines in cinemas Wednesday.
Fancy a beer?
Yeah.
Are you gonna pour me one?
Perfect draft. Pub quality beer at home.
Tesco Whoosh. Store to door from as little as 20 minutes. Because going to the shops isn't everyone's bag.
When the dust settles, a new story begins.
Come on! The Premier League on TNT Sports, sponsored by Motorway. Get in!
Hello all, you'll be back in Newcastle very soon, but we are in Devon for a drama worthy of Hollywood. The Exeter Chiefs, one-time champions of England, champions of Europe, is in an all-time low. Will today be Redemption Day live on TNT? The Northampton Saints are in town. We'll see you after the football.
Thanks, Craig. Looking forward to the live rugby after we're done here at St James's Park, where Newcastle are a goal up and a man up.
So guys, we're just waiting for the second half to start now.
With the goal after 2 minutes for the Blues, though, Rhys James has just headed out, though, for the second half. Noni Madueke coming off. They're up against it.
They're up against it. I mean, what you have to do when you go down to 10 men, you have to stay in the game. And you have
So Rhys James is on for the second half.
He'll either fit in at right back. Sido would then move into a midfield of some description. I think it'll be a 4 and then a 4 off the ball. Now, you're going to need legs. You need to work hard. Chelsea have to find a way of getting back into this game. This is going to be a tough ask for that man in your picture.
What do they need to do, Peter, to try and turn this around?
Well, I thought we saw a little clip of it there when Neto was up against Dan Burn just towards the end. Obviously didn't look as comfortable with that. So they have to get runners. I think Cole Palmer, if he drops a little bit deep and he finds the pace of Neto, then he might have a little bit of a chance. But Newcastle was so comfortable in that first half. And you have to say, with 10 men, you'd expect more of the same in the second half.
It's going to plan for Eddie Howe. As it stands, they're 3 points ahead of Chelsea. The players coming out for the second half. So we'll rejoin our commentary team, Ali McCoy and Darren Fletcher. Can I just say, what happens in Alaska should stay in Alaska.
Do you know what, Liz? That's exactly what Ali said to me at half-time. And I can confirm to the both of you, Albuquerque's remaining in Alaska. So Rhys James for Noni Madueke. Rhys James and the Chelsea captain as well. And one thing we should say before the second half kicks off, we've been here a few times this season. We both firmly believe that Newcastle have the best DJ in here. He plays the best music. Without a doubt. I mean, coming out pre-match to the Ramones is good enough.
So underway for the second half. Here we go.
So off we go. Newcastle 1 up. They scored inside 2 minutes at the start of the match through Sandro Tonali. The game really changed when Jackson was sent off for the forearm smash on Botman. So Chelsea down to 10. They made the half-time change, and we'll see the way this goes. Newcastle attacking the Gallowgate end, which has often been an inspiration for them here at St James's Park in the second half. And this time it's gone against that Philly Gordon.
Free kick Chelsea.
The referee just feels he pulls him back a little bit with a good view here. Not sure there's an awful lot now.
Just picking up on Lindsay's point about what happens in Alaska stays in Alaska. I'm looking forward to Alaska 2023 popping up. At some stage today.
23 will definitely be staying in Alaska. Need a chance for 22.
Long ball by Robert Sanchez. Tino Livramento heads it out for a throw-in.
Landed really awkwardly there. This is a worry. But he's holding his knee and he jolted Ali as he landed.
Tino Livramento looks like he's done his knee.
Very much hope that it's not as bad as it looks.
Oh, you're spot on. Absolutely spot on.
As he landed, Ali, he seemed to jolt with the, as the knee did what it did. I mean, at least he's sitting up and he's bending it, which is... Newcastle have got Liver Smiley warming up. There's Eddie Howe looking on. Already missing Joel Linton, Kieran Trippier, Joe Willock today. That's the test, isn't it? That's the ACL test that they do. I've had that explained by you guys down the years that the physios know exactly how to do it to see exactly what the damage is.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that's a great sign.
Absolutely. I really feared the worst there. Well, the first thing you'd say is, if it is really bad, he's getting stretchered off. Have a look at it. It's the way it jolts. Yeah. It's down, there, that's it. It's horrible. Horrible. I just wonder if the weight shifted quickly enough. Yeah. I mean, that's a great sign. Yeah, absolutely. One thing I do know is I'm not a knee expert. They're not supposed to bend like that. He's really lucky if he's going to come back on and not have a problem.
Enzo Fernandez.
So there's Pedro Neto for Chelsea.
Trevor Chalobah now.
Just on a quick comment. Excuse me, in the shape that Chelsea have come in, they've got the 3 centre-backs as well, with James, Colwell, and Chalobah, and 3 centre-backs, Kukurea wide here and Neto wide right. So it's been a similar shape.
Caicedo. Cole Palmer. Lovely bit of skill from Cole Palmer. And a shot! Straight into the hands of Nick Pope. Here come Newcastle now with Livramento. Anthony Gordon.
But it was a very quick move of the arm from John Brooks. No, he's got a great view. And what he says is a terrific patch and a good run.
It's a shoulder thing. Gordon went down there, but there was no penalty.
Yeah, a little bit of a shoulder, not a lot in it.
Reece James. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto goes down. Robert Sanchez now. Here's Murphy.
Murphy still for Newcastle. Gets all the way to the byline.
Cleared away. Cole Palmer. Chalobah wins ahead of Caicedo now on the ball. Caicedo wriggles through. Here's Enzo Fernandez now. Cole Palmer. Lavia. Pedro Neto. Reece James. Cole Palmer now. Trevor Chalobah. Levi Colwell. Reece James. Lavia. Back to Reece James. Back to Colwell. Here's Kukurea now. Enzo Fernandez. Lavia. Palmer. Poor touch.
It's a lovely touch from Gordon. Now he's going to chase, and Colwell's got to get over there. And it's a good job he's sharp. Colwell. I did too much on the pass. I've done a couple of yards off it. Gordon would have got there.
Here's Caicedo now.
Space now for Moises Caicedo.
Pedro Neto. We'll get to it. Missed a goal kick. So 5 minutes into the second half, Chelsea have played better than they even did in the first half with 11 men. I think Enzo Maresca's just told them they've got to go for it.
He's absolutely fine, it would appear.
Caicedo. Here's Pedro Neto. Cole Palmer. Pedro Neto now. Ball in. Kukurea will go and get it. Chalobah. Colwell now.
Just on the awards, Caicedo's already been named Players' Player of the Year at Chelsea, and he's got the Supporters' Award.
Lavia.
It's a foul by Cher on Fernandez and a yellow card for Newcastle's number 5. seems better than last season. Newcastle already have 3 more points than they managed over 38 games, and Chelsea have equalled last season's tally of 63.
Reece James with the ball over the top. Cucurella now on the ball.
Lewis Miley stripped for Newcastle. Cucurella squeezes the
Ball across. Dan Burn. Cleared away. Alexander Isak.
I must say though, Ali, it's been a bit more encouraging for Chelsea at the start of this half.
I'm a little bit surprised that Newcastle in opening 5, 6, 7 minutes have been so open. They really are.
Cucurella on the ball now.
In the opening 7 minutes of the second half, the entire 40.
Here's Romeo Caicedo.
You get the defence.
Here's Cole Palmer now. Cole Palmer, Caicedo, Lavia. Pedro Neto.
Chelsea have had the lion's share of the ball since the restart.
Here's Cucurella. Trevor Chalobah. Robert Sanchez now. Sanchez clears it long. Up for a throw in.
So Newcastle can make the change now. So confirmation of Miley for Botman. Lewis Miley made his Premier League debut for Newcastle.
So Newcastle are making a substitution. Lewis Miley is coming off for Sven Botman.
A few times this season, that's as good as it's looked in a Newcastle shirt when I've seen him since coming back.
I'll just reiterate the point though, I don't think you see Sven Botman back to his best until the start of the season, Dan. I think it's natural. Yeah, he'll be happy with that. 50 minutes or so, 55 minutes, without doubt. But there's still a bit to go for me looking at him. But that'll come back.
So finally on for Botman. The Newcastle players has had a long-term injury, Sven Botman. Another one who's had a long time out is Jamal Lascelles, the club captain. He's on the bench for the first time this season today, so it's good to see him back. He's had a really long rehabilitation as well, so we wish him well moving forward.
Here's Dan Burn for Newcastle. Ball over the top to Anthony Gordon.
Reece James down that side, 2 England players.
Reece James deals with it.
James did well, he's strong, isn't he, James? Good foot there by Palmer. Here's Neto, Burn quickly in there.
Here's Anthony Gordon. Tackle by Moises Caicedo. Brilliant tackle. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Cucurella now on the ball. Up high up the pitch. Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez. Marco Correa. Ball in the box, straight into the hands of Nick Pope.
They've got to somehow entice Newcastle out, haven't they? They do something quickly going the other way. Exactly.
For concurrent viewers on the stream, thank you guys. Nick Pope for Newcastle now. Fabian Schär. Murphy. Ball over the top. Alexander Isak.
Colwell gets back. Isak's not going to give it up. And it's a corner. Colwell thought he was fouled there by Isak. Big draw from the Gallagher end as Isak came out towards this corner flag. So Tonali's going to take the corner. Dan Burn's on his way in. Who gets the job of marking Dan Burn then? Surely it's not Caicedo, it is, you know. Outside kick, yeah. That's a massive mismatch. Unless he goes to Fernandes' shoulders. That's one way of doing it.
Ball in.
Ball burn, lets it go. And he's sacked.
Volleyed. Isak. Goal kick.
Did well done there, you know. Because he knows he probably could have gone for the header, but he knows Isak's behind him. Just an awareness of where his teammate was. Again, doesn't meet it as well as he would have liked. Look at what I can say. His next game for Newcastle will be 150 for the club. So a milestone before the end of the season.
Cucurella with the interception. Here comes Cucurella now. Chelsea are on the break. Cucurella cuts back in.
Chelsea all of a sudden have found something. Can I say though?
Cole Palmer. Pedro Neto.
Neto.
Reece James.
Reece James.
Pedro Neto.
Neto changes the angle. Now he's got Romeo Lavia.
Reece James. Cole Palmer. Reece James. Lavia. Cole Palmer. Lavia.
I'd suggest zero, Alec. I don't think he's made a save yet, has he, Bo? My memory.
There's a perfect example of it there, Dan. The Cucurella broke in the left-hand side, he got in behind Jacob Murphy, and he looked up, there's absolutely nothing in the box, he has to come back out again. Yes, to keep possession.
Caicedo. Still going, Caicedo.
Caicedo uses his body, then hits it straight at Palmer's heel. Need the second goal though, Newcastle, here, don't they, to make sure.
Lavia. Cucurella. Enzo Fernandez now.
Chelsea have had the match.
Lavia. Caicedo.
Caicedo.
Cucurella.
Looking for Palmer, didn't get there. Anthony Gordon will. And now Dan Burn. Absolutely.
Lavia intercepts.
Lavia. Slip from Guimaraes didn't help.
Pedro Neto now.
Trusted by Neto straight at Livramento. That's his jarred something. He just limps away from that one, Livramento. That might have been the same knee, you know.
Given away. Here's Bruno Guimaraes. Harvey Barnes. Guimaraes. Barnes. Straight into the hands of Sanchez. And off Chelsea go. Pedro Neto now.
He's running, he's available for a 1-2. And the white man should have done better with the delivery, Dan.
It's a much more competitive game though, second half. It's the benefit of only conceding the one goal in the first half, having gone down to 10 for Chelsea.
There will be a period if it stays on this where Enzo Maresca will have to throw caution to the wind. He obviously feels now is not the time to do it, and I understand that.
Looking at the bench, he's got young Tyreek Georges being impacted.
Cole Palmer.
He's got Sancho, Dewsbury Hall.
Cucurella.
Takes it down well. Hits it.
Ooh!
That's a really good save, you know, from Pope, because he did not strike that.
Good strike there by Cucurella.
The ball from Lavia into Palmer. Just prior to that, Palmer opens it up, plays it out the left-hand side.
Unlucky there from Cucurella.
Comfortable save, but it's all about the ball that breaks the lines from Lavia into Palmer. A smashing pass.
It's his best goal scoring season, Mark Cucurella. He's already got 6. Played the most games across the various competitions for Chelsea. He's had a really good
Pedro Neto. Romeo Lavia now on the ball.
That's the first time that
Cucurella.
Pope has been called into action. Cucurella on it again. Chelsea in the ascendancy despite being a player short.
Enzo Fernandez. Corner ball.
Hasn't stopped pacing all game, Enzo Maresca. Whatever he said at half-time has had the desired effect from this point. Chelsea now need to find a goal for the pressure.
Cole Palmer. Reece James.
For the first time as well today. They're right
Ball over the top.
Release the stand.
Headed down. Free kick to Newcastle.
Seeing their houses from up there. There they are, Ali, right up there, look. Yeah. Panoramic view, St James's Park. You don't want to walk it. It's easy coming down and going up. We did it the other week, didn't we?
I know that. Still recovering.
Substitution. Yeah, that's Emil Kraft, yeah. Newcastle the best in the Premier League. And keeping what they've got, they've only dropped 7 points from winning positions this season, so they've been very, very good with the lead. Great start that. He's going to come on to replace Anthony Gordon. That's going to be the change. Jacob Murphy just been shown a yellow card, by the way. That's been delaying the restart. So second Newcastle player booked today.
Substitution for Newcastle then. Emil Kraft is coming on for Anthony Gordon.
It's obvious that Eddie Howe feels he needs a bit more defensive. Yeah. You see his stuff out there.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, Fletch, 15 minutes in the second half, they have been a lot more open, they really have. First 45 minutes, I thought they were really compact, as I mentioned earlier.
So one of the longest serving players coming on for Newcastle, Emil Kraft, Swedish international, on for Anthony Gordon, who's had that running battle today with Moises Caicedo.
Murphy's moved one forward right away, that's the first thing you would say. Doesn't look as though they're going to change the shape.
Yeah, that's where Murphy's been at his best, in this orthodox front three for Newcastle out there on the right. If you look at his numbers, 19 goal involvements equals the 3 seasons put together prior to this one. So
Colwell.
He has been an outlier.
Oh, fucking hell!
Start the season in the team, but he's earned his place and stayed in there. He's got a very infectious enthusiasm as well as the ability that he brings.
Perfect season.
25 minutes to go in the St James's Park. Sunshine, 1-0 to Newcastle. Sandro Tonali a long, long time ago. Best chance in the second half, though. The Cucurella shot that was well saved by Pope. I mean, when you look at the Chelsea bench, there's not an obvious one to send off to change. It's Sancho, maybe George, the youngster, Dewsbury Hall, but I mean, there's not a central striker on there by any stretch. For all the money they've spent, they're not exactly blessed in that position, are they?
Reece James, the interception. Reece James. Robert Sanchez clears. Caicedo with the interception. Caicedo now. Enzo Fernandez. Well done, Enzo Fernandez. Romeo Lavia, Reece James now. Romeo Lavia centrally.
Sense one or two nerves around us, you know. It's a lot quieter than it was, can't you?
I wouldn't disagree with that.
Whether that's transmitting itself to the players yet. Marless layoff to Enzo Fernandez. Jacob Murphy there for Newcastle now. Trevor Chalobah, he's on the left of this Chelsea back three with Colwell in the middle. Reece James on the right. This is Romeo Lavia.
Ball over the top from Reece James, straight into the path of Pedro Neto. Keeps hold. Thrown to Chelsea.
Palmer.
It's Chalobah. Cucurella. Enzo Fernandez now. Cole Palmer. Romeo Lavia. Reece James. Okay. So it's a little bit better. Not miles, but better.
A little bit of pace, a little bit forcing to get out there in the first place, but that's a better cross, better delivery. Palmer and Cucurella at least attacking that area.
Don't forget, next one we're going to be at Goodison Park for what's going to be a very emotional Sunday. The last
ever Everton game at that magnificent old stadium. They've got Southampton next week. 11 o'clock we start. TNT Sports 1, and we'll bring you the full flavour of the day. There's going to be lots and lots of emotion on Merseyside. It's going to be a special place to be, I think, Ali, this time next week.
Oh, yeah. One of my favourite stadiums over the years, Darren, no doubt about that.
Have you ever scored there?
I have, believe it or not, yeah.
So have I.
Yeah.
Chelsea win it back. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer's cross.
Cole Palmer again.
Ball for the first time. Palmer again. Twisting and turning for Chelsea.
Corner.
I have to inform you, there haven't too many times in commentary that you've rendered me speechless.
Chelsea have a corner.
I was just glad that Cole Palmer got himself into the penalty area at the most opportune time. So Neto goes short to Palmer.
Cole Palmer. Caicedo. Palmer. Caicedo. Romeo Lavia. Reece James. Ball over the top. He's not getting to that.
Mine was against Big Neville, right, you know, who's yours against?
Some fella I'd never met before, who was in about as much pain as me by the end of the game, and I can confirm officially that you'll go on. That's a lot more than my kid. Oh, very good. I think it's actually the only stadium in the United Kingdom where I can have that conversation with you.
I mean, he won't be panicking, Eddie Howe, Fletch, but I think he'll be slightly concerned the way his team started the second half.
I agree. I agree. There's Emil Kraft for Newcastle. Of course, the mood will change drastically if they get the second goal. Then it's an awfully long way back for the 10. Here's Murphy. That's a good ball, and it's Guimaraes. Oh, he smashed it into the crowd. They need a bit more composure.
That's exactly what he needed. He makes a great run, and he's not picked up, and he should have been. He just grips off his shoulder. Fernandez is passing him on to Chalobah, who doesn't listen to him. That's a big chance. It's got to go low and hard across the face, I think. Just smash it low and hard across the face. Just gets it wrong.
It's a wild swing in the end, isn't it?
Just gets it wrong. But you can see Fernandez passing the run onto there to Chalobah, who didn't pick him up.
Jadon Sancho is getting ready for Chelsea, so looks like he's going to be the next one to come on. Where's Jadon Sancho? Yeah. I think he's going to come up for Trevor Chalobah, so they're going to take a defender up for an attacker, which is no surprise. There's still 19 minutes to go. We're going to play like Cole Palmer on the pitch. It's one moment of brilliance for him that gets your team back in it.
Enzo Fernandez.
Really well in the second half. Somali colliding there with Enzo Fernandez.
Romeo Lavia will try and get to it.
Free kick to Newcastle. Well, Grand Slam tennis will be debuting on TNT Sports later this month as the French Open gets underway on Sunday the 25th of May on the clay courts of Roland Garros. Every match live only on TNT Sports and Discovery Plus. Quite a summer, isn't it, when you get all the sports right now?
Certainly got all bases covered.
Newcastle have just sent Callum Wilson out for a warm-up. Santo Tonali, Murphy now on to Emil Kraft.
So 72 minutes on the clock. Newcastle 1, Chelsea 0.
Fascinating tactical battle today between Eddie Howe and Maresca. They've started with one shape and changed to another. They've moved personnel around. It's been like a chess match between the two coaches, hasn't it? Malo Gusto has been called back to the Chelsea bench. Bruno Guimaraes.
Bruno Guimaraes for Newcastle.
Miley.
Miley.
Harvey Barnes.
Harvey Barnes. Miley.
Livramento.
Bruno Guimaraes again.
It's a lovely ball threaded through for Barnes. It takes on Colwell.
Oh, great tackle, Colwell.
Tremendous tackle. Stands up. But what about the pass again for Guimaraes? Look at the pass. Top class defending, stands his ground, comes across, times it perfectly.
Just to remind you the way the table looks at the moment, if you add on the 3 points for Newcastle as it is right now, they'd be up to third on 66. Chelsea there still in the top 5 on 63, but Forest kick off later against Leicester. If they were to win, they'd go into the top 5 and above Chelsea. And those two meet, remember, at the City Ground on the final day of the season. That's going to be some game, that. Murphy. Guimaraes.
Sack.
Isak then on to Bobby and Share.
Robin Share. Murphy.
The ball again, Newcastle now. Here he goes, just in front of
Was it daft? It wasn't daft.
So it's a double change here. Jadon Sancho and Malo Gusto are both ready.
So Jadon Sancho and Malo Gusto are coming on for
I
Chelsea.
think it's going to be Lavia and Chalobah, the players who are going to be replaced.
So 23 for 19. Trevor Chalobah's coming off for Jadon Sancho. Romeo Lavia is coming off for Malo Gusto. Okay. Bit of an interesting switch.
So the run for Lavia continues. He's never played 90 minutes for Chelsea. Never completed the full 90 when he started the game. That's unbelievable. Yeah.
Well, there you are. That's a mention we're going to have to throw caution to the wind. Sancho in the wide on the left-hand side. Neto.
Cole Palmer.
Palmer more centrally.
Isak to Murphy. Runs into Cucurella. Swept on there by Martin.
There's Harvey Barnes for Newcastle now.
Gallowgate rises for Harvey Barnes. He bears down on goal. It's Murphy's cross. It's too high for Isak.
It's funny, I thought initially he was offside, but
that was the indication from the assistants on this side, Ali. I think you're exactly right.
It's tight. Oh, wow, it's tight, isn't it? Well, we certainly have a look at that. Maybe just.
Well, I would say, you see Murphy there trying to look for Isak. They've been the best 1-2 punch in the Premier League this season, haven't they, in terms of making goals for each other. Most of the time it's been Murphy to Isak, but no pair have been better than those two this season. If he scores today, by the way, Isak, he'll get to 24 in the Premier League. It'll be the best total for Newcastle. Shearer, 1997, but he got 25 was... will be the next one on the list.
So 15 minutes to go plus added time.
Yeah, okay. Doesn't look as well. Shearer's here today, but I think he's watching the game wherever he is.
Well, I did see a post on social media. It was sunny here, but it was a slightly different ambience behind him than this one.
Sandro Tonali for Newcastle.
There's the giveaway.
Bruno Guimaraes.
So 14 nervous minutes left. Big minutes for both of the clubs.
Here's Pedro Neto. Malo Gusto. Back to Robert Sanchez. Robert Sanchez clears it out.
Away by
Malo Gusto clears it long.
Time here for Dan Burn.
To Dan Burn. Fabian Schär. Miley now on the ball.
Harvey Barnes up against Malo Gusto, streaking in.
They've got no other option, Chelsea Fletch, but it could bite them.
Tonali with a nice ball to Livramento, and it goes to Barnes. Oh, it's a heavy touch. What a chance.
Good hands there from Sanchez.
Got to get a touch, far better touch, he's got to finish it. Gusto switches off. I did see them completely open. There.
Off goes Neto the other way now.
Here come Chelsea now.
By Palmer, takes on Tonali.
Enzo Fernandez.
Newcastle get players back quickly. They did really well there, because when Palmer initially played the pass, it looked dangerous.
But that's the problem again, mentioned it.
Sancho, Cucurella, Reece James.
Barnes there though, Fletch, that could have killed the game.
Yes.
Palmer.
You just get the impression something's going to happen, one way or the other.
Jadon Sancho now on the ball. Up against Emil Kraft. Pedro Neto. Corner.
Fabian Schär across. Not necessarily sure that Sancho wants to take it, you know. He's waiting for somebody else.
So Jadon Sancho will hit the corner.
Oh, look, what have they got short? What have they got height-wise there? Look, not a lot. Really? How strange it is that on a set piece, a Brazilian and an Argentine are tangling in the middle area. And they're still arguing. Oh, yeah.
Right. It's still kicking off. Bit of pushing and shoving in the box. It's nothing. Just get on with it.
Enzo Fernandez scores from here. I know where he's celebrating. Look, the verbals are still going on. It's hilarious, isn't it? Look. In the end, it's an awful corner by Jadon Sancho. That's probably why he didn't want to take it. Good header by Caicedo. Dead well.
Here's Pedro Neto.
Neto.
Up against Dan Burn. Pedro Neto still going. Malo Gusto. Reece James. Pedro Neto. Marco Correa. Jadon Sancho now.
Sancho. Cole Palmer.
Oh, fuck me now.
Poor. Poor. But I've got to say, I thought Sancho, once he showed the defender, the dummy come back onto his left foot, I thought he could have hammered it across the face there. There was an opportunity, but he certainly looked right there. But it certainly was a poor ball from Cole Palmer. Don't forget we got the Gallagher Premiership after this. Exeter Northampton, we saw Craig Doyle in the stadium at half-time. 2:30 they start, TNT Sports 1. That's a big day. Join Craig and the team for that one when we finish here at St James's Park. We go from one end of the country to the other. Certainly do. Big game that. Line score get named the other day, didn't it?
Cole Palmer.
Now, is he going to get there? Dan
Nope.
needed everything to get there. There's never any way the plan of the Dan Dunn wasn't going to win that, going to cheer. He's up with Kukuraya tackling as well. Easy now, Kukuraya. Over it goes again. Isak says get up. John Brooks says free kick. Crowd are going mad in front of us. He's never the most popular, is he, when he's away from home? No, he's not. I don't think it bothers him right now. No, absolutely not. I think he's had an excellent season. Sancho. Fernandez. Chelsea continue to believe they can find the goal.
Jadon Sancho.
Sancho.
Reece James. Ball in the box. It drops. Cleared away. Caicedo now. Malo Gusto. Moises Caicedo.
Tonali with the only goal so far. Chelsea have played with 10 for a long time.
Moises Caicedo. Malo Gusto. Here's Moises Caicedo. Correa.
Chelsea have managed to keep the ball a lot better in this second half. Now, can they generate the opportunity to get themselves an equaliser?
Enzo Fernandez. Ball over the top. Jadon Sancho.
That's a good ball by Neto.
Enzo Fernandez. Oh!
It's just a fraction too high. Did he get a touch and poke it?
Corner.
I'll tell you, good career might have been the next one, you know. Good left foot straight, and he does. That is a good save, you know. It really is. It's a big hand, that.
So Reece James will take the corner.
Sancho on the left-hand side to create the opening.
Not a lot in the box, but ball in. It drops. Dan Burn. Reece James. Cole Palmer now. Here's Moises Caicedo. Malo Gusto. Cole Palmer. Caicedo. Pedro Neto.
With the cross.
So the ball in. Reece James, it drops. Colwell deals with it nicely.
Just great defending,
Free kick Chelsea.
They had to get back numbers, and they did do, to be fair to Chelsea there.
Here's Malo Gusto. Jadon Sancho. Cole Palmer. Gusto.
Sancho's looking for Neto.
Caicedo. Enzo Fernandez now.
Enzo Fernandez.
Free kick ref, thank you.
Hasn't forgotten it either. And by the way, let's just show you the other one from the previous set piece. This was the last one as well. So there's the first. That's that one. Yeah. Now you'll see from the previous corner. There we go again, look. Well, they're both at it, aren't they?
Marco Correa. Moises Caicedo. Malo Gusto.
You're not allowed to back down if you're from Brazil or Argentina in a situation like that one.
Cole Palmer.
Sandro Tonali stood in his way. Then Dan Burn. You can hear the nerves now, not just feel them in here, yeah. Caicedo hurls Tonali to the ground. That's a good free kick for Newcastle. Can I just make the point, he's still not being booked, Caicedo. They look nervous, don't they? They do. They do. One thing you would say is I don't think Chelsea, for all the possession they've had, have created anything of real danger. But I did mention earlier, I think Eddie Howe will be a little bit concerned about his second half performance in his team. Just kind of reminds you that next week Newcastle are at the Emirates against Arsenal, which is another one of those games that features two teams trying to get a Champions League place. Chelsea go back to Stamford Bridge and they play Manchester United. Chelsea's big game after that is Forest on the final day at the City Ground. What a game that's going to be. Just to remind you what the table looks like, Newcastle third at the moment, 66. Ali and I did this mad way of trying to work it out this morning. We think we need at least 69, don't we? That's because we think that's what Villa are going to get to, but that's why they play the games. You can't predict them, but that's just what we think. So, but there's no harm in him, I guess. No, we've been wrong before. Oh yes, on many occasions. Kraft's done well since he's come on.
Correa now. Chelsea can break. Enzo Fernandez.
Blue shirts getting forward. Correa slips at the worst time. Packs it away. There's Moises Caicedo now. Jadon Sancho gets away from Bruno Guimaraes, but not Jacob Murphy. Who lashes up into the
It drops to Sanchez. Now Chelsea go again.
The Newcastle crowd is shouting for the players to get forward. They don't want them sitting back. Finally refusing to let Cole Palmer past him. And well, stood his ground, didn't he?
Correa. Enzo Fernandez. He's in space. Here's Cole Palmer now.
You'd suspect that Chelsea are going to generate one big chance. Gusto.
Ball in.
James with the head.
Oh!
That might have been it. Oh, dear me. What a chance. He can't believe it. Does he try and just keep it going into the far corner? It's a lovely move. I think he does, you know. I think he just tries to flick it going back into the goalkeeper's top corner. That is a chance. Won't they get a better one between now and the end of the game? I'm not so sure. To be fair, you did call it as well, didn't you? What an opportunity for Reece James. Scored twice, Reece James. The last time Chelsea won here, back in 2021, he got 2. Was the chance to get them level. They've done really well with 10 men, particularly second half. He's got to get booked this time. Really? Surely. I don't think so, you know. I think that's his 18th foul. I think the fact that Kraft's got involved now with other people might take these off it. Yeah. But it's nervy, isn't it? It's really nervy here. Yeah. He's going to book somebody. John Brooks. Maybe Kraft, is it? It is, yeah. It's not Caicedo.
So, how many minutes of added time are we going to get?
We think there's going to be 5 minutes added on. We're about to get that confirmed by Rob Jones. Newcastle United have been ahead for 88 minutes of the match, or thereabouts. Sandro Tonali very, very early. Look at Dan Bum at that back post area. He fancied it, didn't he? That's where it's gone.
Bruno Guimaraes. Oh, what a goal. 2-0. Game over. Right, that's Champions League out the window then.
The deflection was wicked and looped it over Robert Sanchez, but that's going to give Newcastle 3 vital points. Oh, it's killed out there. Gets a little bit of luck with a deflection. But I'm laughing. Can't help smiling at Dan Burn, because he's a little bit disappointed he didn't get the ball back for a 1-2. Wait to see, it's brilliant. He takes it in his chest, there's a lovely little ball to Guimaraes and goes for the return pass. He doesn't. But to be fair to the Newcastle midfielder, he cuts inside. Gets his little bit of luck with a deflection, but that's game over. Watch this little give and go. The big fella is on his bike here, and he's wanting it back, timing his run. Takes the deflection, I think it's off Gusto. Leaves the goalkeeper absolutely no chance. Looks right over him into the top corner. Game over, and a valuable 3 points for Newcastle. What happier now, Eddie? Yeah, Eddie Howe and Jason Tibble, he's happy as well. Wearing the black and white stripes with pride, and he's got a smile as wide as the Tyne Bridge. He's only missed 1 game in every competition this season, Bruno Guimaraes. He's
so shit.
Available, and he's become an adopted Geordie. And listen to this place now.
Long ball over the top. We've lost this.
Sherry's down. So it means that, as it stands now, Newcastle are going to be above Manchester City and only a point behind Arsenal, who play Liverpool later. And it means if Forest win later, Chelsea would have started the weekend in the Champions League places and will finish the weekend outside of the Champions League places. And as you quite rightly say, Newcastle are at Arsenal next weekend. I mean, you couldn't write it. I mean, the title's been gone for a while. We knew the relegation places, but this has been brilliant. Yeah, it's been fantastic. Yellow for Colwell, by the way. It's always been fractious, this, hasn't it? Yeah. Today. It's been simmering, hasn't it? And you'd expect it to be like that, based on what's at stake.
Newcastle are going to send on Sean Longstaff and Callum Wilson. They're both ready. Just to waste a bit of time. Chelsea's race is run. For all the extra possession second half, they couldn't find a goal. You've got to go back to that Reece James header at 1-0.
That's all they've had. That's all they've had. What a without Jackson, I've got to say. Nah.
So Bruno Guimaraes is going to come off, and he gives Big Dan Burn the armband. And it's his goal. A curler that turned into a top spinner after the Gusto deflection. And he's been as informed as anybody in black and white for Newcastle today. And they're going to take Isak off, who hasn't really had a sniff all day.
He's been quiet.
Callum Wilson's going to come off.
I think we can cut him a bit of slack though.
Ball over the top, Colwell out for throw-in.
Some good performances from Newcastle, two lads in the the goal scorers have played really, really well. But I am awarding the man of the match to Dan Burn. I think he's been a breath of fresh air. I think he's won all these challenges. Certainly the crowd favour. I don't think there's too many people in here who would disagree with that.
Did Bruno Guimaraes push him close?
Yes. He certainly did.
Reece James,
For sure.
Sancho.
So Dan Burn, player of the match today. Newcastle heading third in the Premier League with 2 games left. And maybe back in the Champions League next season, in a season where they've won a trophy.
Palmer,
right
ball across, no one there.
Just epitomised the Chelsea
Of course
problem.
it does. Of course it does.
Seems virtually impossible now that Chelsea can't go into the last game of the season with something on that match. When you look at the way it looks.
Absolutely. But what are they going to do personnel-wise forward area?
Exactly. That's the significance of the red. Not just today, but it's going to be violent conduct, 3 games, and he's not going to play again this season in the Premier League. It might be time to send the olive branch to Christopher Nkunku.
And they have to.
Caicedo's down after a collision. I think it's head on head, which is the problem. So we're going to make sure he's okay.
Well,
It was Lewis
there you go, guys.
coming in with it.
That is it.
Oh, that's a painful one. Blimey.
Do you know what it is, Dan? It's one of those heads
We've
you don't want to
lost,
win.
but at the end of the day, what can you say? We've tried. Well, I use that word loosely.
Are you prepared to say they're in yet?
The review is coming up straight after this, guys, so stay tuned for it. But to me, there's a lot to be said, and there will be a lot said in the review. Trust me on that one, there will be a lot said.
Against, as you correctly say, an very informed side.
One of the 4 teams in the Premier League of the David Boys.
But in answer to your question, this 3 points, these massive 3 points that we're there today, will see them through, in my opinion.
There's Barnes. Had to earn it though, didn't they?
And there you go. Guys, that is it. Hope you've all enjoyed the stream. If you have, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell icon on to be notified when we upload. Share this channel out as much as possible, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and I'll see you in the